Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So your girl did something on her page that I'm like, I don't know what I did wrong to get started this morning. But that is the nature of um, virtual world. So I'll give it a couple minutes just waiting. Hey Michelle, good morning. Thanks for joining. I had some technical difficulties trying to work my YouTube studio this morning, child. So try to go from my desktop and then I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. So I had to use my cell phone instead. But how are you doing? Are you out exercising yet? I am actually already ready for the gym after I get finished with this live. Literally, I'm headed right out. Got my bag already packed. So I can get out of here soon. Good morning, Sway's Journey. Thanks for joining. Good morning. I was just telling Michelle I had a little bit of technical difficulties. That's why I was a couple minutes late coming on. So I do sincerely apologize. I let a couple more people come in. I'm on a pretty tight time crunch because open session for at my powerlifting gym starts right at 9. Currently it's 8:20 p.m. But it's an open window from 9 to 12. So I plan to be on for about an hour. Um, and I know some folks will catch the replay because I saw a few other people. Well, at least one other person was live this morning. Low Carb Queen was live too. So I'm going to give it. Oh, you going later. Okay, Michelle. Well, girl, long as you get it in, right? Long as you're getting it in. So I had like my whole description and everything set up. So while others are joining, let me tell you why I wanted to go live today. So instead of doing an edited version this week, just because of time, I wanted to come on live. One, because I have a message that I need to get out to somebody. Good morning, Harji. So good to see you. Thanks for joining. One is I have a message that I really need to get out. I'll go into that at the top of the topics. The next one is I have a powerlifting update for you. Some news that I should have known but learned yesterday that kind of put me in somewhat of a negative space that I had to really work through and shake my head out of. I've actually been up since about 3 a.m. Because it was bothering me so much. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And so I'll tell you about that. And then I'm going to end with something pretty fun that I want to talk about with all of you. So let's see here. Looks like my mom is in the chat this morning. Y'all say hey to my mom. She is Jackie McDougal 1450. Y'all say hey to my mom. And thank you, Harjarine. Yes, this is the one I got from Target. Yes. And before we get started, look. So I got that same outfit on. So this is just the Iuga, um, the one that's lined, fleece lined, because it's pretty cold this morning here. And then the crop champion sweat t-shirt I just put over it. But it's nice and warm so that I'm not too cold. Hey, Bellflower, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all say hey to my mama. My mama is in the chat. Thank you, Sway's Journey. Y'all make sure y'all welcome my mom. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started with what I want to say because whoever needs to hear this will be on the replay. So let me give you a little bit of background. I typically don't talk about like what I do in real life as far as my career, but the message that I need to get out is it's important. I don't know who needs to hear it, so I'm just going to shoot with what I feel like God gave me to give this morning. And so, for those of you who do not know, because I don't share it on this platform very often, I actually have 3 degrees. I have a bachelor's and then I have 2 advanced degrees. I have a master's in education from Wayland Baptist University, and I have a law degree from the University of Denver Sturm College of Law. And this topic and this message that I want to get out has to do with representation in places where we need representation. I'm going to try my best. God, give me the words to say so that I don't slip up and say something that I don't need to say on this live. So I'm going to try my best to be as PC as possible. So I have a law degree from Sturm College of Law at University of Denver. Everything that I reference in this live, I'm going to actually, after I come back from the gym, I'll go back and do some edits and make sure that I put links to everything that I'm going to talk about. But I was very strategic when I went to law school. I needed to think through, one, the cost, because the University of Denver is a private law school. What does that translate into to dollars? Well, it looks like if you're going to go for a Juris Doctorate, your student loans could easily exceed $150,000. So I was trying to look for creative ways where I could still be in the classroom with folks who are becoming lawyers and going to practice in a courtroom or practice for uh, practice different aspects of the law. But so gain that knowledge and that experience. But I didn't want to pay the money. I also did not want to take the required entrance exams into law school. And so in research, I found that University of Denver has a lot of other programs. So my law degree, even though it's in the law school, it's not a Juris Doctorate, it's a master's in legal studies. From a strategic standpoint, I figured that that would still give me the education that I needed, like the baseline, and equip me with this analytical skills that I needed to be competitive in the market. Point here is that sometimes we think that we can't do something because of these limitations. In fact, the last stats that I recall from the American Bar Association stated that Black folks, African Americans, comprise, and this is including law firms, they comprise of approximately 4%. It's probably less than that by now, of licensed attorneys. That is, you've passed the bar, got your Juris Doctorate, and you've passed the bar exam. You're able to literally practice and advise folks. Um, and um, and someone needs to hear that sometimes, because we're so narrow focused, because initially I was thinking I had to go down the Juris Doctorate route, that we don't open up our avenue and our lanes to see that there are so many other paths to get to the goal that you intend. And so, my message to you, whoever this needs to go out to, is that sometimes you just need to pivot where you're looking so that you can see all of the other avenues that are set before you so that you can achieve what you need to achieve. What I can tell you today is that while my degree, the one that I have, was very strategic, it's landed me in places that I didn't think that I would be in necessarily. Some of the top people in boardrooms, in conference rooms, in meetings, and having a voice at the table. So sometimes that way, when we're called to do certain things, sometimes the way to get there is a lot less turbulent than what we think. With that said, I will tell you that law school, hands down, one of the hardest degrees that I worked for, competing in class with 1Ls, that's first year law students, 2Ls, 3Ls, one of the hardest things I had to do. But I will also tell you one of the most rewarding, and I am a firm believer in education. It doesn't have to necessarily be in an academic setting, but that's where I thrive best. And we need more medical doctors. We need more MDs. We need more licensed practicing attorneys. We need more people in these particular fields. And so whoever that message was for, I pray that it gets to you. And I'll stop there on that. So that was the message that I needed to get out. Next, some of you all know that I was on Twan's Live on Thursday night, had a chance to talk to her for a couple hours along with you all in the chat. And a part of my powerlifting journey I discussed. Well, I got an email from USA powerlifting chairperson yesterday that was talking about voting for the new chairperson. So for those of you who do not know, for powerlifting, in order to get into what's called a qualified meet, you have to be, let me see there. Let me see just a second. Okay, I'm good. So to get into a qualified meet, you have to be registered. So my membership is with USA, currently with USA um, Powerlifting. One second, let me check the chat. My pleasure, Bellflower, my pleasure, absolutely. And so I'm registered with USA as a member, USA Powerlifting. Okay, I registered with them a few months back because in order to compete and even sign up in the meet, they asked you for your membership number, right? So I did all the things, as you all know, I'm so excited. I'm getting this coach, I'm going to the powerlifting gym, I'm doing all the things to prepare myself for the competition February 21st. But when I saw that email come up yesterday, something said, Evelyn, go check the policies, the rule book on the powerlifting website. Again, everything I'm referencing, I'm going to link after the live so that you all can click on links and go research for yourself. And so anyhow, so I'm reading and reading and reading, and I'm like, oh my God, I violated this doping rule for USA Powerlifting, which is extremely strict. So, USA Powerlifting, for those of you interested in powerlifting or looking into getting into it more competitively, lifting more competitively, USA Powerlifting is very strict. It is a zero tolerance, no doping rule. And WADA is what it's called, which is, let me not speak out of turn and go right to where this is. Let me slide y'all over here. World Anti-Doping Agency is what WADA is. And again, I'll link everything for you. So WADA, I went on there and they have the list of prohibited drugs that you cannot take, right? So guess what? In this health and wellness journey, of course, I have been very transparent in letting you all know that I'm on hormone replacement therapy. Which hormone, Evelyn? Okay, I'm glad you asked. I am on testosterone, which I told you has been changing my whole complete life in terms of perimenopause and menopause and preparing my body for that. So I had a decision to make because testosterone is on the prohibited list to compete. So I'm panicking. Do you hear me? Panicking because I'm looking at this at work. I'm in panicking because, oh my God, I've paid my fee, I've done all these things, and I cannot go to this competition now. So I said, okay, well, you have a decision to make. One is you can stop the hormone replacement therapy, which, newsflash, I ain't doing. Or you can look for other organizations that actually will allow competing for testing, meaning they're going to test you for drugs or they're not. And so I've just begun to start some initial research to find out some other organizations. But the one that I'm looking at right now is called USPA. And it's another powerlifting organization that I can become a member of. They also have events across the nation. And so I'm in the beginning stages of that. But you can imagine after going on Twan's Live and talking to everybody and also being so excited, one, your ego pops in, right? 'Cause my ego popped in and my pride, which is like, you've been on this platform, you done told people you doing all this stuff, womb, and look at you, now you can't even do that. And so here's another message. Even when we're on this journey, whether it's like a weight loss journey, life journey, whatever the journey is and whatever the path, there are always going to be things that present themselves as major obstacles, sometimes minor obstacles. That is part of the journey. The key is when we're in those parts of our journey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? And I had my moment of panic, sure enough. I was surely panicked for a second about like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I just encouraged Twan to get on board, but rookie mistake, you know? So, oh, that's okay, Harjarine. That is okay. Because guess what? Hey, Twan, thanks for joining. Um, Listen, that's okay. That's okay with me because do you think that that's gonna stop me? Absolutely not. It's called lesson learned. It's called pick yourself up. And guess where I'm going right after this live? I'm getting myself together, already dressed. I'm going to my powerlifting gym, and we are going to continue our training. The only thing that has shifted for me is my connection to the organization, which I will switch from USA Powerlifting to probably USPA at this point, and also the date of my event. Those are the only two things that changed. And sometimes we just need to make sure that we are in, let's see. Yes, Twan. I'm gonna go back. I'll go back and catch you up in just a second. Um, but yes, but sometimes, when these things hit us, it's really truly the work that you've done. Like when you get up and do your meditation, when you get up and pray in the morning, if that's your vibe. All of the work that you've done to get you to this point helps you to catapult over the obstacles when they present themselves. And so let me stop and read the chat. Oh yes, absolutely. Like I was telling y'all on Twins Live, like I'm exceptionally competitive with myself. And so ain't nothing stopping this. This is one thing, but we still go forward. So let me catch you up, Twin, because I know you're interested in powerlifting. What I just finished telling them is that I got an email yesterday from USA Powerlifting, which is where I'm a member of, official member of. Good morning, Kim J. Thank you for joining. I'm just kind of briefing those of you that have come in on the powerlifting update. The other piece that I talked about at the beginning, the message that I wanted to get out, because of time, you have to go back, or I'll circle back at the very end and recap that. But basically, I when I got the USA powerlifting email from the chair, which was about something that was unrelated to my event, it prompted me to go to the USA powerlifting website and review the policies and stuff, right? And there are a lot. When I tell you, like, the legalese associated with the doping policy is very extreme. It's tens of pages that I was researching yesterday. And Twan, what happened is I found out that I have violated the doping policy for USA powerlifting. And the way that I have violated the doping policy is because I take hormone replacement therapy, testosterone. Recall that some months back, a few different times I shared with you all that I was on hormone replacement therapy through my primary care doctor to help with perimenopause and to help, ease some of the angst that we experience and some of the symptoms we experience. And as you know, testosterone has been life changing for me in terms of um, alleviating the fatigue, in terms of sustained energy, etc. And so when I found out, testosterone, by the way, is one of the prohibited um, drugs on the dope list. And USA Powerlifting Organization is a zero tolerance organization. So, and let me just say this. You might say, well, Evelyn, that's for health reasons. Don't they have exemptions for certain things? I'm glad you asked. And yes, they actually do. They actually have a form that you can fill out that is a temporary use exemption form, is what it's called, a TUE, temporary use exemption. You fill out this form in collaboration with your doctor, whatever medication that you're taking, and you submit it to the board, and the board has to review it. However, testosterone, and they explicitly stated on their website, testosterone is not one of the ones that they will exempt. It will not be approved. So what does that mean for me in terms of my event? And again, this is just recapping what I've already shared with everyone else for those of you who are coming in. That means that one, I have to find another organization to become a member of. Before this live, I reached out to the chair of USA Powerlifting for Colorado and told them to withdraw my membership because I'm not trying to get in anybody's list for violating nothing. And then also that means now I need to look for a different event. And so what I was sharing with them is yesterday I was kind of like in a panic because Twan, I had went on your live, and of course I'm excited about my journey, my powerlifting journey. And newsflash, no, I will not be stopping. This is just one obstacle that has been placed that will easily be removed. And the way I'm going to do that is by seeking out a different organization to become a member of and then find a different event. And I've already done some preliminary research. Um, Twan, USA Powerlifting is one of the bigger, well known ones. But one of the things I also learned in researching yesterday in the doping policy, the anti doping policy, excuse me, is that even some ADHD medications, like they call out, when I tell you this list is extensive, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are knowingly or unknowingly taking a medication that could be on this list. If you are in the pool of if you are in the pool of competitors that they choose to do the drug sample in, you gone. You gone. And so I was like, no, no. This, and honestly and frankly, one of the things I'm gifted with is reframing. And I was like, you know what? It could be worse, right? I could have just said maybe I'm gonna compete and take my chances, and then what? Chance my good name being messed up? Chance? No, we're not doing that over here. We operate with high levels of integrity. So I was like, no. So I will keep y'all posted. Twan, of course, I'm gonna call you separately this weekend, and let you know what the deal is and what I ended up landing on. But in fact, I am going to girl, right? Imagine, I would have been so shamed, for real, for real. And then how? I have a whole law degree. How did I not read all of the that's 101. Read everything. I know that. But lesson learned, and like I was sharing with the others before you join, you know what? That's okay. It's okay. I'm a rookie at this. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting better as I go. And please know, when I get through this and I do my first competition, there will be a comprehensive step-by-step video that I release that shows others how to do it step by step, because that's not something that I've seen that's available. It's kind of experiential learning in the powerlifting journey so far. Okay, so that's all I want to say on that. And now I want to finish up with a fun topic, because I feel like that, at least that was heavy for me, because it was disappointing news for me yesterday. And but God is good. I'm still going to my powerlifting gym session after I get off of here, and I'm excited about that. And I will be recording at my gym today, so I'm looking forward to showing you where my weights, where I am with weights. Let me just check the chat for just a second. Just knowing even folk. Okay, so purple bellflower says, but just knowing even folk with ADHD on certain meds could be prohibited. I know. It's true. It's true. Like I said, they do have an exemption form that you can fill out that has to go before the board, but it's serious. USA Powerlifting is serious about it. But we have other options. And then Twine says, you're just making all of this easier for those of us who will come. Exactly, Twan. Exactly. And I don't mind being that person. I'm here for it. Good morning, Jen. How's my favorite rooster? So my mom is in the chat, y'all. Twan and Kim J and Jen. My mom was actually raised on a farm, Jen, in Memphis, Tennessee, in the country part though, Benjaminstown. And so my mom, oh my God, she would love, 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 Jen, your videos. Mom, if you're still on here, at JC Calamity Jane, she has a garden. She has raised bed gardens that she's been working on, and has chickens as well. So mom, you might love her channel. So check it out if my mom's still on here. Her name's Jackie. Okay, so let's get on with the fun topic. Listen, I was talking to her and I was like, you want to know something, Danielle, that I've always wanted to do, but I haven't ever done? She was like, what? I was like, I want to. It's a family affair today. My husband is in the chat. Hello. Hello, love. Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be working. You're not gonna start till 9. Y'all say hello to Marlon. He's in the chat too. I really appreciate y'all being here to support me. Okay, so let me get back. I'm trying to get this out. So, y'all remember Baywatch, right? The show. I have always, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I have always, always, always wanted to wear one of them red swimsuits, a thong swimsuit. Sorry, mom. A thong swimsuit at that, right? On somebody's beach. So I'm telling my boss this, and we're laughing. We're roaring laughing. But then my boss goes, you know what, Evelyn? She's like, I'm wondering why you just can't do that now. And I was like, oh. Sometimes you have to have somebody else tell you your own medicine. You know what I'm saying? So I says to myself, oh my gosh, you're actually right. So when am I going to get this opportunity? Because we're about to go into winter season out here in Colorado. When am I going to get this opportunity to wear this red Baywatch swimsuit that I don't even own yet? And I said to myself, well, let's just Google it. So I Google red, red, what did I put in there? Red thong bathing suit or something like that. Oh my God, I'm so goofy. Anyhow, I pulled up quite a lot of swimming suit options, some which were very, very expensive. I'm talking about 185. She's not paying that for a swimsuit. I don't care how sexy it is. So I was like, okay, duh, Evelyn, you the Amazon queen. So I went on Amazon and I looked up one. I got a couple that I'm considering. And the time that I'm going to wear it, since my husband is on here, newsflash, our 30th anniversary is coming up in February. So I think my first opportunity to wear a swimsuit in the winter is going to be at our anniversary in somebody's hot tub instead of a beach. That'll be the test run. But when I get it, I will not show a whole picture to y'all because we're not doing that on the internet. But I will show a good sample picture to all of you. With that being said, I want to open up the discussion now. Do the polar plunge. You know what, Jen? I just might. I actually just might. So we are actually in the process. My husband and I, we were looking at a couple of videos of places that we can go, like driving distance. And so one of the places we're considering is Taos. Says it's not very far, of course, from Colorado, and it's a nice, decent, easy drive, taking the 25 south down there. But anyways, so let me open up the question to you all. I'm wondering if you're comfortable enough to share. What is something that you haven't shared or you've been kind of holding close to your chest? I knew y'all was gonna get spicy. Let me see this. Put it on Christmas with a Santa hat. Hey, my husband gonna love you for that. My husband gonna love you for that, Twan. Bae, if you still on here, you need to agree with Twan if you want me to do that. I'm happy to do that. So, okay, so let me get back on track. I want to know from y'all on this journey as we are ever evolving into who we are becoming. I want to know, is there something that you're like, oh, I just always wanted to do this, but you might have been like low key, like shame to share or say with anybody else? Because to you, it might be a little bit silly. Because to me, it was like this red thong swimsuit, like, do I really want to share that? I'm like, well, yeah, these are my friends. I want to share. I want to share my goals. You know what I'm saying? Not just the big lofty stuff. You funny, Marlon. So here's the thing. I've been trying to get my spouse to go live with me for several weeks, but I had to catch him in the right mood. But y'all see what he put in the chat? So the spouse is Keiko05. Talking about he in. Let's get that hat. Okay, got you. I got you. I got you, sir. I got you. My mama in the chat, Marlon, so let's just keep it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it, okay, respectful. Respectful. We have to keep it respectful. I'm not trying to be embarrassed in front of my mama. I'm not. Um, so yeah, so y'all still laughing in the chat, but I'm truly asking you this question. Is there anything, is there anything that you might want to share with our community that you're like, you know what? Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. Like on one of the lives we were talking about one of our goals is to be able to be picked up. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. But wait a minute. I know my mama know, right? Because she done had 4 children herself. I understand. But I don't know. It's that line. It's that line. I'm going to keep it real, but it's still that line. Certain things with the mama. Okay, Jen, I see you say you're thinking. But like something fun. Okay, mom. Picked up was a good one. Okay, okay. The things I want can be shared. Kim J, we're gonna have to talk, even if it's via email. And let's see what's pole dance for the upper body strength of it all. So, bellflower. Okay, my mom, she done already told me no poles, but mom, I'm 47. So let me tell y'all this. I have a girlfriend out here, and she works out a lot too. And there's, of course, the pole dancing classes. There's nothing raunchy about the class. I mean, it is a full workout. I've also been to like a burlesque show before where they have to pull themselves up, like the amount of ab work you need and stuff like that. Like, I would never post it. Like, I would never do that because I think that's just a little too much for the people. But far as a workout, do you know how strong, talk about a plank challenge. Do you know how strong your core has to be sustained mid-air on a pole and all you're doing is hanging, hold up, hanging like this, but you parallel to the floor, baby. That's a workout. And I'm not ashamed to say I have considered it before. I sure have. And frankly, you know what? I might still go. I actually might do something fun like that for my birthday, just for the laughs of it all. Just for the laughs of it all. Okay, let's check this out. Check this chat out. Okay, so Kim J, you tried it. You tried a pole dancing class, and you would do it again, just to confirm. I need to know that. Okay, and then Jen says probably it's the love Zumba, Joe and Hardrin keep encouraging me, but I like a drunk strength. Oh, I'm so dead. That laugh was so good, Jen. Okay, what it's not. Kim J, I'm still waiting on you to confirm. I'm still waiting on you to confirm if you're gonna take a pole class again. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's what I did. A pole dancing class, fun for ladies' night. They showed you how to do other things besides hanging on the pole itself. You got to have strength. Exactly. Exactly. I figured that as much. So I don't know. Like I said, I talked to my one girlfriend who was game for it. But that was before she got married. She's married now, so I don't know. I'll check in with her and see, because I don't really want to do it by myself. It's kind of nice, I feel like, to your point, Kim J, like if you would try it with, a friend that you can trust. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't end up on somebody's dark web. Because we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. Let's see. Bellflower says she had zero strength years ago. Just slid right on down. Need to try it now in this new body. Yes. See? This is what I'm talking about. I love this. I love how we encourage each other in everything. I really, truly do. Okay, Mom. You bringing up I understand the point, Mom. But Mom, just to push back a little bit. So my mom is saying when you become famous, that can be hijacked to blemish your position. And while, mom, you're right. You're right. Because people use all sorts of things, to block people. But part of my life is to be transparent, you know? And if I know I'm not doing anything, like, I guess the way I try to live my life, y'all, is anything that I do in private, I can stand on. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everything I'm going to always be showing on YouTube or whatever other platform I end up being on. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a whole human being, and, if I'm not doing anything that violates my values, it doesn't violate um, my principles. Um, like, in other words, like, I don't have conviction from the Lord about that are doing something, then I don't see why I should. Again, I'm not going to blast it out to everybody. It's not going to be a news report. But at the same time, I want to live, and I don't know how many of you all got to see my post from this morning, but I shared a link to Business Insider's news page on YouTube, and it talked about these seniors who are doing. When I tell y'all, they not letting life stop them at all. People just getting started with weightlifting in their 70s, in their 80s, just learning how to swim in their 80s. Like, there is nothing there. And what I put in the post this morning is the only limitations are the ones we draw for ourselves. I mean that. You cannot stop me. You do not have that power to stop me at all. The only person that can stop Evelyn is Evelyn. The only person that can stop Kim J is Kim J or Twan. That's it. That's it. It's just you. It's you against you. Okay. That's my motivational moment. Let's see what's popping off in the chat. Okay, let's see. So, okay. Okay. All right. Kim J getting some tips. Hey, good morning, Z. Thank you so much for joining. You are very welcome. Right. We just won't dress crunchy, right? Nobody's gonna be in there half naked. I'm gonna wear a workout outfit like what I got on. Maybe minus the fleece top. Maybe I just might have a crop top on, Mom. Okay, Kim J says, that's what I was saying now that I'm smaller and I was married. It's for my hubby. But yes, I'll do it with people you love and trust. Won't show my real moves on that net. Maybe just a little bit. We'll wear swims. Mom, you see my friends? You see my YouTube friends, Mom? You see, they're conservatives. I mean that in the best way, y'all, because my mom is in this chat. She said, see, at the Bossway Mom, her name is Harjarine. She says, we will wear sweatsuits. Uh-oh, my husband says he's speaking for men. Lord, stripper culture doesn't do much for me. Maybe for some men, but curious what the other men in the chat think. But bae, I think you're the only man in this chat, unless there's ghost watchers, which there might be. So if there are ghost watchers, aka people in the bushes, as it's called in YouTube land, at least in the GLP-1 community, my husband doesn't want to be out here on the limb. He said he want to know what the other men think. And for those of you on the replay, if you happen to be a guy, my husband, he is called Keiko05 in the chat. He wants to know, what do the men think? Stripper culture. He said, But the moves, though. Let's talk about, I hear you on the stripper culture, but the moves, because it's the moves. Though, do you understand what the moves are, right? And we're gonna keep this PG-13 because nobody wants to get struck on YouTube streets. Those moves, I'm not saying, but I am saying maybe some of us can learn some things of how to do things different. I'm gonna leave it right there. And yeah, women seem to be more into it than men. That's it. It's an interesting point, love. I'm a definitely, now that since you're so lively in the chat this morning, Marlon, I'm definitely getting your face on video very soon because I see you have a lot to contribute. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so Heartstring says, but I would learn to pole dance for my hubby. For sure. For sure. And Kim J say maybe leggings and a bodysuit. You don't want to no buckle. No, no, no. Imagine something getting snagged. My word. But yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. It is. Marlon, you're double talking. I love you so much, but you're doing the thing where you said one thing and it implied one thing. And y'all see his most recent comment? My husband said, not saying I wouldn't enjoy it, however. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But you want me to have a Santa hat on, though. And I am going to get that Santa hat. I think I'm going to get like a pink with the white for the Santa hat. Okay, let's see what's going on. Purple bellflower. Okay, to Twan. You can dance with her now the way you move with all that working out. You don't need a magic nut. Facts. Big facts. Okay, Twan. I'm a missionary and my hubby is a deacon, but he wanted me to hula hoop for him. I was shocked. This is what I'm talking about. What? Okay, you know what? Thank you. Look, babe, you got a friend. Marlon, do you see it's Darium? He's one of the smartest men that comes in the chat. And it's Darium. Thank you so much for joining first. I want to acknowledge that. And second, it's Darium. My husband is an amazing, amazing man. He's actually, I admire him. Out of all the men I know, I admire my husband absolutely the most. I just got to shout him out real quick. Don't mean he don't work my nerves. Don't mean I don't work his nerves. But I absolutely love him because he has taught me things which I find very attractive. Intellectual stimulation is very important to me. And I also like that he got a little bit of an edge to him too. He a little bit street as well. So, Marlon, at its Darium is one of the men. Let's go up the chat, kind of rolling fast. Let me go back up and see what Darium said. Darium, you agree with my husband? Okay, good morning. I agree with Mr. Marlon. Stripper culture is not really for the everyday man. It's entertainment for some. That's interesting, y'all. Okay, but you're okay. You all are saying the culture itself though, stripper culture, right? So I feel a little bit like we're taking it a little bit to the left in the conversation because we were talking about going to classes that actually work your abs and learning some of the moves. Those moves can be applied in private, right? But I guess there is a fine line there. And ladies, the men are speaking. And sometimes we got to listen. Even though we want to do these things, sometimes we got to listen to the men because they be speaking wisdom. Atwan. Yes, I agree with Bellflower, Twan. Come on now. Okay, Jen says, so humans are the only animal that has it backwards. In nature, the men are dancing for attention. Come on and teach us. Come on and teach us. Okay, let's see. My husband says, I'm just saying the act of pole dancing is flirtatious. I would enjoy that part of it, not necessarily the pole. Okay, I get you, babe. I get you. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. Okay. Mom, what are you saying? Swimming acrobatics would be better than pole dancing. Hat on your head versus boots out. Okay, Mom. Okay. Kim J. Right. Some men love it. Some men don't care either way. You have to know your man. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. My thing is, okay, so y'all know, like me and Marlon, I think some of y'all caught this at the beginning of the live. We've been married, it'll be 30 years in February. I've been with the same dude since I was 14. So I was 14, Marlon was 16 when we met. My mom can attest to that. She's in the chat today. And so as you age and as you evolve together, of course, things change. I just told y'all know I'm on testosterone. I'm on hormone replacement therapy because of the perimenopause, right? And I'm not doing struggle if I don't have to. That's my choice. Also, there are certain things, other things that change as we age, which I'm not going to get into on this live because it's not the platform for it. But I think that as we are aging together, we want to age, how can I say this? Uniformly to be the best versions of ourselves to each other intimately as well. You know what I'm saying? And so if that means for your spouse you got to, switch some things up a little bit, if that's a mutual agreement, I personally don't see, if it's not violating any values, any principles, I don't see anything wrong with that personally. Um and let's see. Cuz I know actually while I'm talking to y'all about this, so when I started my weight loss journey, I was 204.4. And I had become accustomed and comfortable to wearing the grannies. Y'all know what the grannies are. I'm not going to tell too much of my business. I'm going to keep it where it needs to be. And then I'll check in with the chat in just a second. I got about 10 minutes left before I got to leave for the gym. So we got about 10 minutes. Anyways, and Marlon was like, when you lose your weight, and babe, I'm sorry if I'm not doing your question justice, but I recall you saying, when you lose your weight, do you think you're going to get rid of the grannies? And I said, maybe. Well, we've gotten to the point where I've lost enough weight to where I could lose the grannies, but I'm not going to lose the grannies. But then there are, you know what I'm saying? But there are other things that are more, because men are visual, this I do know, that are more attractive, you know what I'm saying? Like the thongs, like the bikinis, like the cheekies, like the, you know what I'm saying, the different things. And all I'm saying is, if I'm working really hard to appreciate the body that I have and stuff like that, and I can, to my own liking, look good in certain things, you know what I'm saying? It's likely that she's going to be doing those things. It's very likely. That's all I'm saying. Let's check back in the chat. Okay. Bellflower says, and to Twine, did you see Monique at the BT Award? She was not the current version of herself, and she set that stage on. It don't matter your size, girl. Preach, Bellflower. Okay. Heartburn. She said, I was up at 2 a.m. with burns and couldn't sleep. I see on TikTok. Oh, so that was you I was praying for. I was telling them I couldn't sleep. I was thinking it was because of the powerlifting thing, because I've been up since 3 myself. Twine. Right, pole dance and fitness, not the strip club. Okay, let's see. What'd you say, bro, Darian? Good morning to the rest of the ladies in the chat. I didn't mean to come in on a high. We appreciate you being here and you keeping my husband company. I thank you for being in the chat, Darian. Okay. Not doing the poll. Okay. Okay, Twine. I feel you. I hear you. Hey, Low Carb Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. My mom says, real talk, Marlon came back to get Evelyn soon as she turned 18 years old and never has stopped. Marlon is dynamic, over the top. Oh, thanks, Mom. Okay. All right. Low Carb Queen. Just saying hi to everybody. Harjireen is saying to my mom, if we become famous, they would find a way to make that a big deal too. It's true. It's true. JC, my husband gets excited when I fish or hunt with him, so I'll throw a little dance in. I love it. With them cute overalls too, Jen. Okay, just saying good morning, good morning. Oh, you did, Harjireen? That's awesome. Okay, true, beautiful, be on one accord, yes. Kim K taught us how to make real lemonade exposure. Oh. Pastor Kim is here. Okay, can I tell you? I apologize. But I have to be myself, Low Carb Queen. I love that video with you and your daughter, by the way. The workout video, loved. Mom, Low Carb Queen is a pastor. Her name is Kim too. So there's Kim J in the chat. But there's also Pastor Kim, which I didn't know that Low Carb Queen was a whole pastor until, honestly, it's been a couple weeks that I just learned that information out. So I am a believer. I also believe in being transparent. So hopefully I haven't said anything that offends anybody who is in ministry. Okay, just good morning. Twan, actually, because you did a thing about bras. You got some new bras. I actually said that it's time to go ahead on and it's time to do a little things. For my 30th anniversary, I plan to show out a little bit, if not even a lot. Understand? Yeah, I do still wear them. Okay, let's see. Low Carb Queen says, I'm not about the topic I was trying to listen, but I do know the marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. That's all I got. Well, let the church say amen. I'm going to read that again. I am not about the topic I was trying to listen, but I do know that marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. That's all I got. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay, low carb queen. Thank you so much. Okay. Don't be putting my title out there. I'm trying to listen to you. Listen, I love y'all so much. I truly do. And I really needed to laugh. Girl, Bellflower, listen. 30 years, like I honestly like I think my husband, he probably actually working now. But it's been a long journey and um my husband and I have so many things, oh my goodness, that we've had to endure. And those of you who have been married on the call, I know Twan and Mr. Claxton, I think it was 18, right, Twan? Was it 18 years for y'all? But and I think also Kim J, you just celebrated how many, it was it 20 something for you or was it 18 for yours too? So when you've been married for a long time, like some of us have, sometimes you can kind of get in a slump. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I had a hard conversation, and this is gonna be for another conversation for another time because I gotta get to the gym in 4 minutes. I gotta close out. But I will. Oh, you grew up with your husband, Bellflower. 27, Kim Jade. Okay, I'm talking to the right audience. Yes, yes, yes. And I see your comment, Twan, about the poll. But but yeah, so when you've been married like that, I have witnessed people who were married for long periods of time, 50 plus years, but they look miserable together. I told my husband in a hard truth conversation, and I know he wouldn't mind me sharing this with you all, that good morning, Cookie. Thanks for joining. Um, I told my husband that I don't want to be one of those marriages that we grow old together, but that's all we've done. We've grown old together. No, I want to live life with you. And that life doesn't end when the kids are grown. That life doesn't end when they leave the house. You know what I'm saying? You have to invest in your relationship constantly, you know what I'm saying? Like through date nights, through switching up things, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you done had the same cologne for years. Okay, it's time to flip the script and bust out a new one. Maybe you've been wearing the same, type of clothing for so long. No, it's time to flip the script and keep things alive. You know what I'm saying? And so for us, we have made it imperative that we are friends, more than anything. And I tell him this often. I said, even with us getting older, because my husband is going to be 50 in a few months. And so even with us, just preparing for this next season of life, I would just tell you that both of us have committed to one another that we are not going to be this couple that just speaks on we've been married for a long time, but we not actually, you know what I'm saying, like down for each other, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Not just because we're married and this is what we're obligated to do, but because we want to do it. And I think that's what a thriving marriage should look like. That's just my humble opinion and my so far 30 years of experience of being married to the same person. And I want to set the model too. You know what I'm saying? Like for younger people, it's so much garbage out here about marriage and divorce. And divorce runs rampant at this age group that most of us are in right now. And surprise, a lot of it actually has to do with hormone for us women, because women are the ones who divorce after the kids are gone more than men. This is a topic for another day. I'm gonna stop there. Um, Mom, everybody in the chat. Let me just check the chat really quickly. Okay. Darian says, I'm not married, therefore I won't speak on married things. I would just say that your spouse knows who you are and who they married. They love you and you're allowed to grow and blossom. I appreciate that, Darian. I appreciate that very much. Well, beautiful friends, I would like to thank you again so much. Harjarine says, my husband is 78 years old and we are not missing a beat. Love it. Low carb queen, so true, added Sterium. And men just don't see or think what we see and think. We are different, but God did create us different. And I think we sharpen each other. I think that was the idea. I really do, when it works. Okay, friends. I am going to get ready to log off. Got my gym bag over there. I'm finna go ahead and get this workout in. I will do some filming while I'm at my powerlifting gym today. So look for that content in the next few days. I don't know if it's going to be a short or long form, but I will put that out there for you. I thank God for each and every one of you. I truly, truly do. I think about you often. Yes, thank you for joining, Cookie. I hope you catch the replay of pieces at the beginning of the live. And I want to wish everybody a great weekend. I am certain I will see some of you on Miss Toys Live, because I try not to miss that. You know, we call each other twins. And so I'll be on that for sure later this afternoon. I wish you well. Want to remind you that the future you is waiting on you always. And until next time, beautiful, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Thanks for joining. See you next time.